me, mayohosko, coming to you at 60 frames per second in 4K resolution. No sugar, no filler, just real whole egg, and welcome to my channel. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. It is very important that you subscribe to the mayohosko channel because you can help mayohosko on the journey to interact with as many different people from the LEGO Online YouTube community as possible. I love this community and I love everyone watching this video. I go live every Friday night in North America at 9 PM Eastern, and I will always go that time because that's where I know the eyeballs are. So I thank you for watching. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, my Facebook fan club, Discord, and Pinterest using links in the description, or go to my website, mayohosko.weebly.com, for all of my links and other external information. You can also choose to invest in the mayohosko channel using the Patreon and Rakuten links in the description. I'm glad that you have chosen to watch the mayohosko channel. You have made a wise choice. I hope that you will come back again, and I hope to see your name in the comments in the future. Thank you for watching. Well, we're back with another episode of Graveyard Mayo. It is 12:07 AM on a Wednesday morning. And I wanted to get bag 25 of this LEGO 90th anniversary castle done before today. So I have lots of plans for when I wake up tomorrow, so I'm going to do it before I go to bed. And none of the people who I follow on Twitch are live right now. So if I see one of those go live before we end, I'll try and execute a raid. And I don't have high expectations or results on this on either YouTube or Twitch today. So first of all, let's build the minifigure. Yeah, looks like there were 2 minifigs in this set. Oops, sorry, I'm in this bag. So yeah, 2 minifigs in this bag. And one is the female and one is the male. It's a pity that the female only has a single-sided face. I really wish every minifigure these days in LEGO, except if it's just the classic smiley face, would come with a double-sided face. But you know what would be cool? Is if they made the classic smiley face that they brought back after discontinuing for a year or two. Because if anyone remembers, the Assembly Square modular was the last LEGO modular to have only the classic smiley heads or faces on the minifig heads. But then they changed that with the Downtown Diner modular in 2018, and for a year or two you could not get the classic minifigure head. They took it out of production, but I guess there was a set that came out the year that the Rona started, and so I think it's back in production. With sets like, because yeah, I think there might have been a stationary set, and then there was
the Galaxy Explorer that came out this year and last year. I think there was another set that came out in 2021 that had the classic smiley faces. So I'm glad that they were brought back into production. But wouldn't it be cool if they had double-sided versions of those with sad faces? Literally just turn the frown upside down and you get a classic smiley face, if you know what I mean. So it would be the opposite of turning that frown upside down. It would be turning that smile upside down to get a sad face. I think that'd be cool if Lego did that. I'm trying to find a pearl gold fez piece. I'm using my my night lamp right now, so it's a little bit hard to see it. Actually, I think it's in the bottom of this bag right here. Let me go retrieve it from the bottom. Gotcha. So I hope everyone's having a good day today. I'm technically starting out my Wednesday on a bang, building bag 25 of the LEGO 90th Anniversary Castle. For those who don't know, I own 2 of these sets. It's a $400 US set, it's a $600 Australian dollar set, and I spent $1,200 Australian dollars. And I see we have our first person in the chat. So now we can say hello to StreamYard, but also Ingrid Wynn. Hey Ingrid. I wasn't expecting anyone from the YouTube side of things to be here, so it's nice to see you. So that's why I didn't bother putting out any invitations in the live stream game, because I'm just gonna put bag 25 together, and then we'll get this episode over and done with. Because I thought, you know what, I'd rather build bag 25 on camera sometime. And Click and Cliff kindly invited me to join the jungle on Wednesday night, Thursday afternoon for me. So I was like, shoot, I better find a way to get this to finish building this set on that live stream. It is good to see you too, Ingrid, because I wasn't expecting anyone from the YouTube side of things to be on here. Because this is going to be the second to last, either the second last or the third to last live stream that I'll be streaming on both Twitch and YouTube at the same time. Because for my Twitch followers who don't know, for my Twitch viewers, sorry, who don't know, I am a LEGO channel over on YouTube, and for my YouTube followers and for my YouTube subscribers who don't know, I play Minecraft over on Twitch. And one day I'd like to do a crossover where on future episodes of Minecraft Mayo, which is my Discord show. Sorry, not my Discord show. My Twitch show, I'd like to make Minecraft versions of actual LEGO Minecraft sets. I've done that before on abandoned servers, but now I want to actually start seeing if I can start doing something like that when I'm watching my sports shows and Deadliest Catch tomorrow. I've now finished watching all of the movies I recorded, because there was a bunch of movies that I have always wanted to see, but I've never previously recorded them, or I have not yet paid for subscription streaming services to go and see them, because I'm guessing some of the movies that are on my to watch list were either presented by or distributed by Paramount, and so they'd be on Paramount Plus. I don't think there's any Disney movies. I don't think there's any Disney movies that are on my bucket list, to be honest. But I'm pretty sure there might be some movies that were presented or distributed by 20th Century Fox, which means they'd be on Disney Plus. Because I've still got to watch I want to binge watch the whole Matrix trilogy, and also I want to watch Zoolander 1. I was able to watch the 2 Ted movies and the Jackass trilogy over the weekend. I just got done watching The Labyrinth, and I also watched A Million Ways to Die in the West. So as you can tell, I'm a really big fan of Seth MacFarlane's stuff. Seth MacFarlane was the creator of Family Guy, and in either his 100th or 200th episode special, he flat out said that they took a lot of inspiration from The Simpsons because they were directly trying to compete with The Simpsons. And I've spoken to some really stuffy people last week who poo-pooed The Simpsons for being whatever, because I think the concept of adult cartoons being too violent for children is way overblown, and some people need to grow up. Some people need to grow a pair when they criticize adult cartoons for appealing to children, because of course children are going to watch cartoons. Of course, I mean, you can't stop children from watching cartoons. Ingrid says, I'm trying to watch Ninjago, but there was so many series to catch up with. I think you mean seasons. Yeah, there's a lot of Ninjago episodes out there. That's why I've enlisted my friend Captain Matt, because I believe he's watched every episode ever at different points in his life. It is fantastic that I had the money to afford 2 of these things. We also have Hobby Hooligan. Hey, Hobby. And so, honestly, I didn't expect any viewers, or at least anyone from the live stream gang, to show up. So, I'm more than happy to talk through the whole live stream, because that's what I had planned on doing, and I have I had some thoughts coming in. But if anyone out there from the live stream gang does want to make a special request, don't hesitate to do so. I got to center these. There we go. Now they're centered. I'm going to do this one on both sides. Have it to be centered. And it looks like Get the Brick just uploaded a video. Yeah, I'm guessing it was an autocorrect. Whenever I type seasons, it wants to default to series. There is no super chat emoji. I don't have super chats yet because I'm not monetized, but the best way you can help me get monetized is to share my channel with your friends who you know they like Lego as much as you do. And also try to watch as many videos, live streams, shorts and podcasts on the mayohosko channel as you can, because right now I'm over halfway there in both subscribers and watch time hours, which is a good thing. And I'm only I'm halfway done in my 5 plan for monetization, so we are right on track. And I'll tell you what, after the events of the 24-hour live stream, which I know a lot of people have been telling me that they missed out on, and I was like, yeah, well, maybe you should have turned on your notifications and you wouldn't have missed out on them. And so I've had a couple people saying either they're really sorry that they missed out on, or that they forgot to miss out. And yeah, once again, I will say, don't forget to turn on your notifications, because then you won't miss out, hey? And if you think that you're not getting YouTube to send you notifications, maybe you should do something about it and not just rely on notifications, maybe actually memorize people's upload schedules, but that's too complicated for a lot of people, which says something about the average YouTube viewer. Because only ridiculously smart people who don't have anything else to do in their lives can remember the insignificant little details like that. And unfortunately, I don't have a job right now, and I'm not studying. I'm gonna have to call a study agency tomorrow to see what the fuck is going on with my application for graduate school. See what the fuck is going on, because it's been over a month and they still haven't gotten back to me. It's fucking ridiculous. They need to get off their lazy assholes and start going through my fucking application. I'm sick of waiting. Let me see if I have something to express my anger. I don't think I do. But if I can find something that's vague, Actually, I have something that is frustrating but doesn't really relate to the topic, but I think it's funny, so I'll try to do it anyway.
It's okay if you play with Lego Duplo or Take-Along. Yeah, you know that plastic crap that replaced this, the Ertl diecast?
I'm really frustrated. I really am. Exactly, like you're a smart cookie to do as many fail-safe processes as possible. Because I know that YouTube unsubscribes people from my channel, probably because they have subscribed to multi-hundred YouTube channels, and so it gets tough for them to manage every channel that they are subscribed to. Then it catches them off guard, because they either don't have the time to watch the ridiculous amount of people they're subscribed to, or they just forget that they even subscribe to some people. And you know what? I'm glad that YouTube unsubscribes people from me, because that means that that's just an empty calorie subscriber who does not give a shit about my content anymore. And I'm sure all the other content creators in the mayohosko community have experienced the same things. Because I saw the Brickbods gain about 10 subscribers last fortnight, and yesterday I looked at their channel and they lost 2 subscribers. So this is just a word of advice to anyone who watches YouTube. If you're going to hit that subscribe button, either make sure that you actually want to see, that you make sure that you actually want to watch that person's videos, or if you're on the fence and you don't know whether you're in or you're out, just watch one of their videos, even if it's just a YouTube short, and YouTube will see that you are technically watching their content. You might not be binge watching their content, you might not be regular viewers of their content, but at least watch their stuff once. At least watch someone once per week, so that YouTube doesn't unsubscribe. Because I've heard people complaining on my own live streams, as well as other people's live streams, either on the panel or in the comments, that YouTube has unsubscribed them from someone, and then they all have a big cry about it. Well, and that's not YouTube's fault. That's your fault. So I have no empathy for people who cry wolf like that, because it's your own fault. These are the realities of YouTube. And the reality of YouTube is that I lost a subscriber yesterday, but then I gained a subscriber. So it's going to be a yo-yo, and sometimes and I'm sure everyone in the community, the LEGO community, has seen a yo-yo effect with their subscribers at one time in their life. Speaking of that new subscriber, it was a public subscriber, so as I always do when I see new public subscribers on my channel, I always like to give them a shout out on my next live stream. So thank you, Nikki Buikasaurus, for subscribing to the mayohosko channel. Thank you. We appreciate your subscription, and we can't wait to see you in the comments in the future, Nikki Buikasaurus. And after I'm done with this page, I'll see what's going on in the comments, because I'm sure there are some, because I am seeing some comments fly by. And I tend to get a reaction from people when I get all riled up about the realities of social media. And so, yeah, I don't want to talk about that anymore. So I am super excited that the Philadelphia Eagles are going to the Super Bowl. I'm really excited about that. First time in 5 years, which means we have gone to 2 Super Bowls in the time that anyone else from the NFC East last went to a Super Bowl. Because the Giants last went to and won the Super Bowl in the 2011-2012 season. The Dallas Cowboys last went to and won the Super Bowl in the 1995-1996 season. And I believe the Washington Commanders last went to and won the Super Bowl in the 1991-1992 or the 1992-1993 season. I can't remember. I think they were... I can't remember exactly. But there was some crazy stat on ESPN that it has been combining the Super Bowl drought of everyone else in the of every other franchise in the NFC East. It has only taken the last 6 years for the Eagles to get to 2 Super Bowls, while it's been a combined 62 something years, been a combined 60 odd years that the rest of the NFC have gone to a Super Bowl, which means that the Philadelphia Eagles are doing something right. They're doing something right. And my brother is a Giants fan. I believe he started rooting for the Giants because of Eli Manning. My dad started rooting for the Denver Broncos because of John Elway, but then when Michael Vick was coming up in the world, he followed Michael Vick once John Elway retired, and I'm guessing he liked the Falcons at first, but he remembers most of Michael Vick after he came out of jail and went back and played for the Philadelphia Eagles before ending his career with the Pittsburgh Steelers. It was up until Lamar Jackson, even though he never won a Super Bowl, of which Lamar Jackson still hasn't either. He was the greatest ever rushing quarterback in his time to date. So that's why I have an affinity for the Denver Broncos and the Philadelphia Eagles. And sadly, when one of them has been good, the other has been bad. That's definitely the case. Ever since the Broncos won the Super Bowl, Super Bowl 50. Super Bowl 50, which was the last year of Peyton Manning as a quarterback. back then the Eagles were terrible. Broncos haven't made the playoffs since since Peyton Manning. And 2 years later, the Philadelphia Eagles won Super Bowl 52, and now we're going to try and win Super Bowl 57. So I'm really excited about that. I'm so excited that I made an Instagram reel belting out the fight song for the Philadelphia Eagles. So if anyone wants to see me singing my head off, feel free to go watch my my most recent Instagram reel after this live stream, which I'm probably over halfway done now. So we should be able to keep this in under an hour. Yeah, should be able to keep this live stream in under an hour. And I've had a couple people ask me when my birthday is, actually. So for those who don't know, my birthday is the 30th of April. And for my birthday, I'll be building the modular jazz club. Normally I save all of my birthday money until after my birthday, so I can buy discounted modulars in the end of financial year sales. But Lego made my wallet cry and made me an offer I couldn't refuse by buying the modular on day one to get the Blacktron gift with purchase, because they know that I must like vintage Lego. And so that's what I did. So now I'll actually have a set to build on a birthday live stream, which will be pretty cool. And I'm going to be building that modular for the whole of April 2023. So everyone get excited for that. And no one has to get me any gifts because shipping is way too expensive. So the best gift that you can give me is to help all of my videos. Right now, as I'm at 511 subscribers, everyone help all of my pieces of content get above 51 views. Because if all of my content gets above 51 views, while I have 511 subscribers, 10% of that is 51, or technically it's 51.1, but 51 is the newest round number. If everyone can help me get to 51 views per piece of content, that's one of the best birthday presents you can do for me. Because I have a couple old videos that are still below 51, and I have a handful of I have several videos that are below 51 views, and a few live streams and shorts under 51 views. Okay, so this is page 248, step 573. So let's see what's going on in the comments. I am ready for Ninjago month, and looks like Ingrid Wynn got the notification. So yeah, so Ingrid Wynn knows how to keep on top of the people she's subscribed to. Let's go up a little bit. See what Hobby's saying. I know the feeling, Mayo. I had an employer call, and it was over a year later. I had moved 5+ hours away, so I wasn't asking to take that job. Yeah, 5 hours just to get to a job. Ingrid saying, empty calories is nothing like me at all. With the pig emoji. It's crazy how many YouTubers I actually watch, all that I'm sub to, but my Lego peeps always come first. Yes, my pecking order of watching people is Lego, then toy trains, then real trains, then politics, then cartoon theories. Because I do watch a lot of political people on YouTube, just on my other channels. Ingrid saying, yeah, but YouTube unsubscribed to people I did watch. Yeah, that's actually a glitch. That's not to do with the bots. That's just YouTube fucking people over. Oh, and it says that especially people I look up all the time, like Brick Bunny's TV. Yeah, and Hobby says, oh, that auto unsubscribe feature, that happens to me every so often. Yeah. And Ingrid's right when he says the more we comment, the better it is for you, and the better it is for your chances of not being victim to the YouTube glitch of unsubscribing people from others when you know that you are a regular viewer. Hobby says, I didn't hear a notification because I'm silent cell phone carrier kind of guy, but I did see you. Yeah, because some people don't realize you don't just need, well, you can do without the sound effects, because really all you need is just the home screen notifications, because that means you don't even have to have your phone on to get the notification. You're not using batteries just running around. Yeah, I do. I delay putting my laundry away after washing it. Yeah, speaking of empty calorie subscribers. And Hobby says, I have to apologize, mate. I'm not fan of televised sport as I feel they are rigged propaganda to entertain the masses, like wrestling. The outcome has been avoided. Yeah, but that's scripted. Sports is not scripted. Entertainment is scripted. Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of people feel the same way because they have been fed propaganda that sports is propaganda, and what people don't realize is that the sports industry as a whole is actually more important than the equivalent amount of other people that pay taxes. Because, for example, there was over 300 rostered players in the NBA. Every NBA player contributes more to the economy than 300 regular Joes on the street. So people may not like all of the money in sports. People may feel that money ruins sports, but I'll tell you what, sports would not be possible. No one would play sports if it wasn't for the money, and the world economy would be much worse off if sports did not exist. And he says, that is all I will say about that because you enjoy it, and I don't want my negative opinion to ruin that. I know, yeah, it definitely does not ruin it for me, because I'm smart enough to see through weak people's arguments against sport. Not saying that you're a weak person, Kevin, but I'm saying that you have a weak argument that unfortunately I'm guessing was borrowed from someone else that you are better than. And we have Hoarder 66. Hey Hoarder. Yeah, exactly. PPP. You know what that reminds me? Reminds me, Kevin. Now that Will Harper is here, I gotta put this up on the camera.
PPP.
The weed. Oh.
Thank you very much, Kevin. I almost forgot to do that. I'm doing really well right now. Oh, what's going on? Of the brick and brood just like my wheel. That's good. Okay, so now we're building the top of this wall, and I'm guessing this is the last. This is the last subsection of bag 25. And I think I do need to make a disclaimer. I know, yeah, actually, before I do that, Hobby says you are absolutely right with that, Mayo. The average players are good people and give back to the communities. Yeah, because not only are sports athletes on average bigger contributions to the economy than the average Joe, but normally they are more philanthropic than the average Joe, because a lot of times players, particularly minority players across the world in all different types of sports, the only reason they play sports is because they were poor growing up, and because they saw the tough times that their parents had to endure. Because I can count on 10 people's combined 10 fingers and combined 10 toes the amount of people who have been interviewed by sideline reporters and documentary hosts that they've said my father or my mother had to work a second job. And that's where you gradually start to realize that it's very common for athletes to want to play sports to give back to either their community or give back to their families, because their family works so hard to put them through education to get into a position to get the right training to play professional sports. So there are a lot of valid arguments against sports, like how the NFL years ago had to dole out $500 million to people who sued them for concussions that caused them CTE. There have been players in Australia who have actually sued both the AFL and the NRL for successfully arguing that playing Australian rules football and rugby gave them dementia, not CTE, dementia. And Ingrid saying, today I will finish my Ninjago game as Makro. Oh, that's one of the best minifigure packs ever. I did the mosaic rule. Now I need a roof. Yes, you can definitely rant. Let me know if you want to rant away in the comments. Feel free to do so. But if you do want to rant on camera, let me know and I'll send you an invitation, because everyone loves a good rant. I definitely love a good rant. Yeah, some of my favorite YouTubers are Lego people who rant, especially when it's about the price or something within a set that they don't like. Because not only is it relatable and sometimes comedic, but it's entertainment. If I were to do a claw machine, I would follow the build from an old stop motion. That I believe was called Lego Claw Machine by Michael Hickok's films. Michael Hickok's was one of the OG Yeah, I can check this out now. Michael Hickox was one of the OG stop motion channels. And he was the one that made me want to attempt stop motion all those years ago when I had a really crappy digital camera. And even though I have not made a stop motion in over 10 years now, seeing people like Brick Hive and Moments of the Magic and Into the Brick of It doing stop motions has always got me interested about doing stop motions again. Yeah, Ingrid's gonna rant away. So, let's see this. My mother paid for both of my sisters to go to college, even though I helped my mum pay for her house, working since I was 5 years old in her basement. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Some families can't even afford to send all of their children to college. I can't go on now because I was thinking, yes. Yeah. A Better Call Saul. So where are we up to? Yeah, I've done that. I'm gonna stream as long as it takes me to build bag 25. So hopefully we'll finish building, or hopefully we'll end this stream before it gets to an hour. So this goes back here. But before I do that, and I learned this lesson from last time, before I put this on, I'm actually going to take these off as well. I'm going to take these two segments off so that I can, put these dark bluish grey 1x1 tiles, 1x1 half round tiles on here. I learned that mistake once from the time lapse I did of my first copy of this set, of which that time lapse was the most recent upload on the mayohosko channel over on YouTube. And it was such a long time lapse that I wanted it to also be an update video. Actually, that reminds me, I might need to change the name of that to be a January channel update as well. I think I might need to rename that. Because right now it's called LEGO 90th Anniversary Castle Time Lapse. January 2023 channel update. Yeah, so now we can add this to my channel info and updates playlist. Okay, cool. Yeah, I forgot to put channel update in the title of that video. The nice thing about having this build on the Lazy Susan that I can spin it around, especially because it all fits on the Lazy Susan. What was that? Oh, there it is. I gotta pick this out of here. That's solid. This is tough to get into. There it is. That was a nightmare. That was a nightmare. Ingrid saying, my mom had a jewelry shop in the basement. I worked from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Holy crap. I didn't even change out of my pajamas. Wow. Wow. And my mother just recently boasted about them both having good paying jobs, but I had to work for her for free for so long. Wow, that sounds like an exhausting childhood, and it looks like you got the short end of that stick because they went to college. Once again, proving why I wanted to go to college, and why getting into grad school is so important to me, because statistically you're going to earn less money in your life if you don't go to college. The only exception to that rule are people who go to a trade school and learn a skill to become an apprentice. But even still, that is tertiary education. And it's around here as well. Hey, John. Yeah, I know a lot of people who wish they went to college. I have a whole bunch of people in my family who wish they went to college. A lot of my family is so old that they were in high school when it was really common for people to just drop out after 10th grade. Now the workplace culture has gotten so competitive and so much more skilled than it used to be, that it's almost a cardinal sin to drop out of school without at least a high school, without at least graduating high school. But some people do not need to go to university for the jobs they want to pursue, especially if you're an entrepreneur, and you get fortunate that you have even just a simple product that involves a low skill manufacturing process, and they can just ride off on into the sunset from the moment they get out of high school. Others, it takes a little while longer. Sometimes they have an idea their whole life that they just need an investor to back. Maybe it's a skill they learn before they even graduate high school. That all they know in life is that they need an investor to back, and they can get it up and running. So there are jobs that don't need tertiary education, but a lot do. And I have no sympathy for people who choose to get a junk degree. And a junk degree is any degree that does not have a specific industry or job lined up for them as a career path after graduation. So you see a lot of social studies majors and gender studies majors and linguists and all these other junk degrees of people coming out of college, or religious studies even as well. More often than not, they are junk degrees because they don't have an everlasting profession waiting for people to rock up with that piece of paper that means I am ready for this job. Because people like to poo-poo the concept of a university, or people like to decry that a university diploma is just a piece of paper. Okay, so is exactly just like how the deed to your house is a piece of paper. Just like how in a lot of countries, money is just a piece of paper. USA. Contracts are just a piece of paper. Some contracts can be worth $1 billion. Are they just a piece of paper? Well, they are, but that doesn't mean that they don't hold value. Because it's not the paper itself, it's what's written on the piece of paper that adds value. And people like to say, oh, something's just a piece of paper. Well, yeah, something may be just a piece of paper. Because, I mean, you can buy an A4 sheet of paper for what, 2 cents? No, sometimes you can get bulk packs of paper where paper ends up costing less than 1/4 cent per piece or per sheet. And they are just pieces of paper. But if you write $1 billion, or if you write contracts on there, when people sign on the dotted line for agreements that can be worth $1 billion, that's where the value of that piece of paper is. Kind of like how people always get angry about the destination. Sometimes it's not the destination that matters. What matters is the journey. What matters is the experience. Those are the things I think about. This has been Thoughts with mayohosko. Speaking of Thoughts with mayohosko, a lot of people right now have been saying, oh, mayohosko, you're so smart and knowledgeable with all these vintage Lego things. What you really should be doing is you should be making a video series, for example, the complete history of insert Lego theme here. And I've gotten enough people pressuring me to do specific videos about all of that stuff that I've given in and added time in my schedule to start writing up scripts. And those people probably don't even realize I once did that same thing in podcast form that failed miserably. I'm guessing they just forgot that I have podcasts doing that exact same thing, and they were so unpopular that I made them all Patreon exclusives. And I thought it was really dumb having a bunch of those podcasts there separately. And I thought, you know what? It's going to look better for my YouTube analytics if I combine them all into one 6-hour video. If I combine them all into one 6-hour, 41-minute video, it's going to look better. So that's what I did. I spent 8 hours before my 24-hour live stream rendering a 6-hour video, a greater than 6.5-hour video, doing that, explaining a lot of the things that I will have otherwise written down the scripts for the complete history of the insert Lego theme here. BFAB was the one who was telling me exactly how to do it, and BFAB is qualified to talk about that stuff because he's done a lot of videos like that in the past, and he makes it entertaining, and we all love his editing style. But not everyone likes podcasts, and I'm pretty sure not a lot of my viewers like podcasts. But I will like to do a podcast in the future, and Makro Bricks and myself have talked about doing a podcast together for a long time. And we even had a backstage about it months ago to decide what we might want to talk about, because we want to incorporate our life experiences into it as well, because we want our lives to dictate a lot of the conversations we have, because people like our lives. People like our lives. not sure what happened there. But I think I might have lost a piece. But it's in a hidden area, so I don't think it's going to be that much of a loss. But we just don't. And Makro and I just don't have the time to do that stuff right now. Because we either have undetermined schedules or overbooked schedules. But when the time is right, we'll eventually put out director's cuts for test audiences and get feedback from test audiences. That's what we've discussed in the past. But we're just both super busy right now, and right now Makro's doing a bunch of taxes because he said that he's got both personal taxes and business taxes to do. I believe he's doing his business taxes right now, and then sometime in April or maybe even March, he's going to do his personal taxes. So he has more taxes to do than the average person because he's a contractor. Because when you run your own business, that's a whole nother lot of taxes to figure out. And I always bring up the fact that Makro, with all of his taxes, pays a combined 43%. That's just because I think the state of Alberta they do have a sales tax. Yeah, they do have a sales tax because he lives in the same state as Brixie, and they have a GST, not goods and services tax, but a general sales tax. Yeah, they live in the same state. So I'm guessing Mark means the amount of the tax value he pays to Canada plus the income tax he pays to Canada plus the income tax he pays to Alberta plus the federal plus the sales tax he pays to Canada. He doesn't have to pay any sales tax. Plus the sales tax he pays to Canada, plus the sales tax he pays to Alberta. I'm guessing that adds up to 43%, which is a little bit ridiculous if you ask some people. Because imagine 43% of all your money that you ever earn is just taxes. Let's see what's going on in the chat before we leave. Unfortunately, I don't know where the flags are. So I'm going to have to tend to the flags when I'm in the jungle. And speaking of the jungle, there is Cliff and Cliff. Hey Cliff, and we also have Brick Pastor. Hey Brick Pastor. Yes, it is nice. It's German. It's heavily inspired by German architecture, and I want to recreate that in a lot of my not only medieval buildings in the future, but also some of my town buildings in the future, if you can believe it. Wow! We have 10 viewers watching, 9 on YouTube, 1 on Twitch. That's fantastic. But let's see what's going on in the chat before we get on out of here. Order saying, just remember that you shouldn't be surprised that the greediest people have the most. That's what happens. John saying, one of Rue's videos of Rue with my niece got over 2,000 views and about 70 likes. Wow. Good on them. Niece, so good for her. Was your Hoarder's asking Ingrid, was your relationship with your parents better than your siblings? That might have been a fair trade, depending on how you look at it. Ingrid says, maybe I'll become a famous and wealthy YouTube celebrity. You can't take your mansion with you when you die. Life is about experiences and Lego. Yes, we're all about Lego. Bobby says, I learned a few trades, and sad part is it didn't help me find a job because employers wanted experience. Now they are screaming for decently educated workers. They still don't want to pay decent wages. Well, maybe in the US, that's what happens. Well, that's what happens, but not so much in this country. Maybe it's to do more with American culture than it is the workplace. Hobby says, starting to think I should put common sense on my resume and leave it at that, because all educations doesn't seem to make any sense, as in dollars and cents. Yeah, for some people they get screwed over. Hey, that's enough of that conversation. Wow, Ingrid filed a restraining order. Holy heck. Isn't that just my live streams? Isn't that just my live streams, Will? But I specifically want to make scripts so it is professional, and so that I can get a pat on the back from BFAB, who's one of my good friends. And let's be honest, if you're watching this video and you don't know who Brother from Another Brick is, then you're living under a rock. They are well done. You're right, because what they do is where is it? Yeah, let's go for the gatehouse. What they do is, instead of putting actual windows, we've got a dozen people watching right now. Instead of putting actual windows in here, I'll angle this up just a little bit more. And because we have so many people in the comments, now we're going to go a little over an hour. I just took that down to 10. We got a studs on the side technique. So this inside right here, the only thing filling it is 1x4 tiles, and there's that little tiny gap up the top because it doesn't go all the way. And I think because there's an extra plate up here to give it more breathing room for these tiles to fit in. So that is a nice little building technique. Porter says, what do you guys think is the most colourful Star Wars set? I'd say there's an X-Wing fighter that was released after the Pose X-Wing fighter. I think it was released after the Resistance X-Wing fighter that had orange, white, and dark azure in it. That's the most colourful one I can think of. The Y-Wing was also colourful with its yellow and white. The Ewok village was pretty colourful. Those are the three sets I can think of. This is heavily based on German architecture, and I'm subscribed to quite a few German Lego YouTubers, so this technique is very recognizable. I want to do that with some primary colors in Mayo City. Grey versus grey. I don't know the grey one. Yeah, just a bunch of grey triangles, am I right? Yeah, classic spaces is just a bunch of red, is just a bunch of grey, blue, and trans yellow triangles. Yeah, that's all they are, right? Wrong. Insert the meme, insert the gif of Donald Trump saying wrong. the Bounty Hunter Chase. I'm not sure if that's set. And we've got our requisite someone saying hello to Jude 20. So you know what that means.
Thank you for saying hello to Jude 20 in Mayo Hosko's comments. I just wanted to say that wherever he is, Jude 20 says hi. There, you have an answer. Hello.
And we have Shy Time is My Time. Hey Shy. Nice to see you here. Oh, Jude. You know what? That's a Beetlejuice. And that corresponds to another little thing I can play right now.
Seriously. Hinkle, Beetlejuice. That's hilarious, Mayo. I love that.
Thanks, Mayo.
I think people are trying to deliberately bait me to playing stuff on StreamYard because we've got Stardust in the chat saying, did I miss the Paradisa jingle? So, you know what that means.
Paradisa, sun is shining all day.
And we have Mama Lego. Hey Mama, hey Mama. Ingrid saying, let's get him to 1 million hearts. Who, me? Me to 1 million hearts? Well, if so, I definitely will do, and I love you guys video whenever I do hit 1 million likes on the Mayo Hosko channel. Let's bring this up so people can see more of my handsome face. And Hobby is saying, Will is saying to Hobby, thanks, I just need common pieces now. Started with the figs and the sticking parts. Started from the bottom, now we're here. What else? Yes, the Paradisa song. Y'all want to hear it again?
Paradisa, sun is shining all day.
And also, since we have a member, since we at least had a member of Cali Brick Click up in here, we gotta do this.
Let's give a shout out to the no filler, no sugar, just real whole eggs. I'm talking about Mayohosko, a longtime supporter of the LEGO community, and also the man that claims to know Brixar more than he knows himself. So check out Mayo's live streams where he shares a ton of his randomly acquired knowledge, and you may even see a ninja over there. This was not a paid advertisement for the Cali Brick Click, but did somebody say Mayo?
I don't think I do, and I can't remember which live stream it was from. So if anyone can ever send me an MP4 version of that very thing that you're talking about, Will, to my email linked in the mentioned in the description, then you know that's a no-brainer. And speaking of that, people have actually sent me either videos via Instagram or MP4s to my email of stuff that I have actually added to my StreamYard brand. So let me scroll down here, because this was one of them. This was at the Duke Mayo Bowl, which was a college football bowl game. And then someone also found this.
This dude is being called Mayo Man after cameras caught him eating mayonnaise straight out of a giant jug at a baseball stadium.
Yeah, so that was that. Stardust saying second only to Ruth's Ewok clip. I can't remember what that is. But anyway, that's enough out of me. I've now finished bag 25. So I have been invited to Click and Clip's Jungle live stream. So I will be building the rest of this set, bag 26, on the Jungle live stream. Yes, you sent me one of those, and one of those I added to here, to my StreamYard. So it was one of those two. I think it was the Mayo Man one at the baseball game. So I'll be building bag 26 of this on the Cliff and Cliff Jungle live stream on Wednesday night in North America, which is late Thursday morning for us in Australia. So I'll see you next time over on the Jungle live stream, finishing the rest of this set. I will see you on the next live stream, which February is the start of Ninjago month with Titanium J, Dead Bricks Creations, and Captain Matt. So we're going to have a lot of fun in that Ninjago month. And as always, that starts at 9 p.m. Eastern on a Friday night in North America. And while we're still in the mayohosko Summer Spectacular for another month, that'll start at 1 p.m. Eastern on a Saturday afternoon in Australia. So it's time to go now. So let's thank you. Actually, we should go over everyone who said hello in the comments before we play the advertisements to get on out of here. So we had Ingrid Wynn, Bobby Holmgren, who else? Order 66. A lot of the same people. John Sapola. Yeah, John Sapola. Click and Cliff. Brick Pastor. Shy Time is My Time. Stardust. Marmalado. And that was everyone. So thank you everyone for watching. We'll see you next time.
Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. It is very important that you subscribe to the mayohosko channel because you can help mayohosko on the journey to interact with as many different people from the LEGO Online YouTube community as possible. I love this community and I love everyone watching this video. I go live every Friday night in North America at 9 p.m. Eastern, and I will always go that time because that's where I know the eyeballs are. So I thank you for watching. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, my Facebook fan club, Discord, and Pinterest using links in the description, or go to my website, mayohosko.weebly.com, for all of my links and other external information. You can also choose to invest in the mayohosko channel using the Patreon and Rakuten links in the description. I'm glad that you have chosen to watch the mayohosko channel. You have made a wise choice. I hope that you will come back again, and I hope to see your name in the comments in the future. Thank you for watching.
Now let's roll the credits. That's what you call a post-credit scene. End live stream. Come on.